Students, whatever homework is given to you, you have to submit it on the very next day between 8 am to 1 pm to the given WhatsApp number, and it is compulsory to submit your homework as your attendance will be marked on the basis of your submission.
Good morning students, welcome to the online class. Yesterday we have seen about we have started with the chapter lines and angles. We have seen about basic terms and definitions, and we have done exercise questions. Now we will solve we will see the next part, that is parallel lines and transversal. Now what is given here? See, if the line intersect two lines, this line intersects two lines M and N. The line which is intersecting two lines in two distinct points. Here the two distinct points are P and Q. Two distinct points P and Q. In two distinct points, such line is known as transversal. Now, if the transversal is intersecting lines M and N in two distinct points P and Q, eight different angles are formed. Angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, there are five different types of angles which you have already studied. Now we will divide it one by one. Corresponding angle. So angle 1, angle 5. This is the first pair. Corresponding angle, angle 1, angle 5. Second pair, angle 2, angle 6. Third pair is angle 4, angle 8. And fourth pair is angle 3, angle 7. This you already know. Now alternate interior angles. Interior angles means inside. So alternate means this Z forming angles, either forward Z or backward Z. So this one. So angle 4 and angle 7. Alternate interior angles. Angle 4 and angle 6. Angle 3 and angle 7. Now alternate exterior angles. Exterior means outside. So that is angle 1, angle 7. Angle 1 and angle 7. Next pair is angle 2 and angle 8. Now interior angles on the same side of transversal. Interior angles on the same side of transversal. If you consider left hand side, it will be angle 4 and angle 5. Next pair is angle 3 and angle 6. Once again, if the transversal line intersects two lines M and N in two distinct points P and Q, that line is known as transversal. It will form four different types of angles. These angles are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Four different types of pairs are corresponding angles. Angle 1, angle 5, angle 2, angle 6, angle 4, angle 8, angle 3 and angle 7. Now alternate interior angles. Interior means inside. Z forming angles, either backward or forward Z. So angle 4 and 6, angle 3 and 5. Alternate exterior. Alternate exterior means this 1 and 7, then 2 and 8. And then interior angles on the same side of transversal. There are two such pairs, left hand side and right hand side. Angle 4 and angle 5, angle 3 and angle 6. Now we will see different types of axioms. So first axiom is that transversal intersect two parallel lines, then each pair of corresponding angles is equal. That is, T is the transversal which intersect two parallel lines M and N. So what is given? Each pair of corresponding angle is equal. Which is the pair of corresponding angles? Angle 1 is equal to angle 5, angle 2 is equal to angle 6, angle 4 is equal to angle 8, angle 3 is equal to angle 7. Now next is, if the transversal intersect two lines. Now only two lines and transversal is given. And what is the next part? Pair of corresponding angles is equal. That it is given that angle 1 is equal to angle 5, angle 4 is equal to angle 8, angle 2 is equal to angle 6, and angle 3 is equal to angle 7. This is given. So what can you interpret from that? Then the two lines are parallel to each other. The corresponding angles are equal, then the lines are parallel. Now next is theorem 6.2. The transversal intersect two parallel lines, then each pair of alternate interior angles is equal. Now transversal, this P is the transversal, it is intersecting two parallel lines M and N. Each pair of alternate interior angle is equal. So pair of alternate interior angle is 4 and 6, 3 and 5. So they are equal. That is angle 4 is equal to are only two lines and transversal is given. What is the next part given? Pair of alternate interior angles is given. That is, interior angles are equal, it is given. That is, angle 4 is equal to angle 6, this is given, as well as angle 3 is equal to angle 5, this is given. So from that you can say that the lines are parallel. So this statement is inverse of this. Now theorem 6.4. The transversal intersect two parallel lines, then each pair of interior angles on the same side of transversal is supplementary. If the transversal T intersect two parallel lines M and N, then each pair of interior angles on the same side of transversal is supplementary. That is, angle 4 plus angle 5 is equal to 180, angle 3 plus angle 6 is equal to 180. Now theorem 6.5. If the transversal intersect two lines in such a way that each pair of interior angles on the same side of transversal is supplementary, then the lines are parallel. That means it is given angle 4 plus angle 5 is equal to 180, as well as angle 3 plus angle 6 is equal to 180. If this is given, in that case M parallel to M. Now we start with exercise 6.2, first question. Now what is given in first question? In this given figure, find the values of x and y and show that AB parallel to CD. What is given? Major angle PQA is given. PQA is 50. X and y are given. And first we have to find out value of x and y and show that AB parallel to CD. Now what we do is ray QA stand on line QS. Ray QA stand on line PA. Ray QA stand on line, this is ray standing on this side. So what we will write? Angle PQA plus angle AQ, angle PQA plus angle AQY, angle PQA plus angle AQY, PQA plus AQ R, PQA plus AQR is equal to 180. So ray QA stands on this line, so angle PQA plus AQR is equal to 180. Major angle PQ is given, which is 50 plus angle AQR is equal to 180. Therefore major angle AQR is equal to 180 minus 50, which is 130. Now what is the next? What next? We got value of x. Now we have to find out value of y. For that we will consider that this PS intersects CD. The line PS intersects CD. Line PX intersect line CD at point R. Therefore, these two, this measure of this angle is also given. This is 130. So these two are the vertically opposite angles. Angle CRS and angle QRD. Therefore, angle QRD is equal to angle CRS. These two are the vertically opposite angles as this line PS intersects CD. So angle CRS, major angle CRS is given, which is 130. Therefore angle QRD is equal to 130. What is the reason for this? This is vertically opposite angle. Vertically opposite angle. And this is linear pair and here. So these two are the vertically opposite angle. So angle QRD is equal to 130. So in this way, QRD means y. Therefore y is equal to 130. So this is the first part. This is the second part. X is equal to 130. Y is equal to 130. So from 1 and 2, what can you write? X is equal to y. If x is equal to y, so what can you see? But x and y are the alternate interior angles. Formed by, these are the alternate angles, interior angles. X and y are alternate interior angles. Formed by transversal PS. By transversal PS for lines AB and and line CD, and x and y are equal. Therefore, lines are parallel. Now this second question. What is given in second question? Three lines are given. AB parallel to CD. What is the next part given? CD parallel to AB. This is given, and CD parallel to AB is given, and the ratio y as to z is 3:7. It is given. Now you have to find out the value of x. Find x. So now what is the here? AB parallel to AB parallel to CD. Then CD parallel to EF. From this first, this and this we can write as AB parallel to EF. AB parallel to EF. If AB is parallel to EF, then this is the transversal T. So which are the two angles? These are the alternate angles, and therefore angle X is equal to J. Why? X and Z are the alternate interior angles formed by transversal T to two parallel lines AB and EF. So X is equal to J. Now next, now what is the next part? AB parallel to CD. Transversally line T is the transversal. So what can you write? X plus y is equal to 180. Why x plus y is equal to 180? Why x plus y is equal to 180? Because these are the interior angles to the same side of transversal. So x plus y is equal to 180. So from this, what can you write here? You can write here, at the place of x you can write here z. So z plus y is equal to 180. Once again, AB parallel to CD parallel to EF. Therefore, AB is parallel to EF. This is the first part. Now, x and y are the alternate angles formed by transversal T to two parallel lines AB and EF. So, x is equal to Z. X and Z. So, x is equal to Z. Now, AB parallel to CD, T is the transversal. These two are the interior angles to the same side of transversal. So, they are supplementary. X plus y equal to 180. As x is equal to Z, at the place of x, substitute the value of x and Z. So, Z plus y equal to 180. But this is given. Now, use this. Y as to Z. I as to Z is equal to 3 as to 7. So y upon Z is equal to 3 by 7 is equal to x. So this here y upon 3 is equal to Z upon 7 is equal to x. So y upon 3 is equal to x. So y is equal to 3x. Z upon 7 is equal to x. So Z is equal to 7x. Now substitute the value here. In this 3x plus 7x is 180. 10x is 180. X is equal to 180 upon 10. That is 80. Now what do you find out? X, value of x. So x is component to z. So for that we will find out z. Z is equal to 7x. 7 into x. That is 7 into 80. 120. As x is equal to z, x is equal to 120. Okay, now exercise 6.2, question number 3. What is given? AB parallel to CD. Then EF perpendicular to CD. Angle GED is 120. Find angle AGE, then angle GEF and angle FGE. Now first step here, what is given? EF parallel to CD. So if EF is parallel to CD, what can you say? Angle BEFP, angle BFP plus angle FAD is 180, as they are interior angles to the same side of transversal. Interior angles to the same side of transversal. But as EF is parallel to this, so we have to find out. Now this is 90 degree. BFP is FAD is 90. So angle BFP. FEB is equal to 180 minus 90 degree. Now next, now this AB parallel to CD, AB parallel to CD, line AB parallel to line CD, transversal GE, transversal GE. So angle ADE is equal to angle GE. Angle AGE is equal to angle GE. These two angles are congruent. Why these two angles are congruent? Because they are the alternate angles. They are the alternate angles. Therefore, negative angle GED is given, which is 110. So angle AGE is equal to 110. Now, next part. This we got. Now we want to find out this. So now here, angle G is this ray. Angle GEF plus angle FED is equal to 180. Why 180? Because this ray EF stands on line CD. Ray EF stands on line CD. So these two are the adjacent angles. Therefore, angle GEF plus angle FED is equal to 126. So this GEF FED is 90. This one is equal to 126. So angle GEF is 126 minus 90. What we got? AGE we got. AGE is 110. Now GEF we got, it is 126 minus 90, 36. Now we want to find out angle FGE. Angle FGE. Now once again, the ray GE stands on line AB. Ray GE stands on line AB. Therefore, angle ray GE stands on line AB. Therefore, angle AGE plus angle FGE is equal to 180. Why? Linear pair axiom. Linear pair axiom. These two form the linear pair. So measure of this angle is 126. AGE is 126. Once again, this is perpendicular, therefore measure of this angle is 90. So obviously this is 90 because this forms the linear pair. Now this ray GE, this is the transversal. GE is the transversal for these two parallel lines AB and CD. So this angle AGE congruent to angle GED. So angle GED is 126 and therefore angle AGE is 126. Now if ray EF stands on line CD, these two angles, that is GEF and FED, forms adjacent angle, and therefore measure of this angle is 126 minus 90, which is 36. Now this one, ray GE stands on line AB, so these two forms linear pair. So measure of this angle is 54. Now is to exercise 6.2 question number 4. What is given here? PQ parallel to ST. PQ parallel to ST. Angle PQR is given. Measure angle PQR is 110. Measure angle RST is 130. And hint is given. Draw the line parallel to R. Draw the line parallel to ST to R. So we have drawn this line RU parallel. Now if ST is parallel to RU, transversal is RS. So transversal is RS. So angle RST plus angle SRU is equal to 1. Why? These two are the interior angles to the same side of transversal formed by transversal SR to two parallel lines ST and RU. So these are interior angles. Therefore, 130 plus angle SRU. So angle SRU minus 130, which is 50. So the work is 50. Now, what is given? PQ parallel to ST. PQ parallel to ST. PQ parallel to ST. We have drawn RU parallel to ST. We have drawn RU parallel to ST. So from both these 1 and 2, from both these 1 and 2, you can say PQ parallel to RU. Now, if PQ is parallel to RU, take the transversal QR. Take the transversal QR. QR is the transversal. So angle PQR is equal to angle QRU. Why? Because these are the alternate angles. These are the alternate angles. These two are the alternate angles formed by transversal QR to parallel PQ and RS. Therefore, angle QRU is equal to 110. Now, we have to find out angle QRS. We have to find out angle QRS. We have to find out angle QRS. What can it do? Is angle QRS plus angle QRU is equal to 110. Now, ray RS stands on, ray RS is the common arm of the angle QRS and angle SRU. That means they are the adjacent angles. So angle QRS plus angle SRU